the first fight Meros had with this group that, other than the ghosts across the lake, that he didn't get charmed in.
Yeah. He almost did.
Yeah.
And no, actually, I didn't get charmed during the fight with, what was her name? The assassin lady.
Oh, Kadam?
You also you did get charmed with Amos, that's right.
Yeah, I did get charmed. I got charmed.
She's a charming lady.
But this is also the first time that, besides, to go off what you're stating, this was the first time that we've had a boss fight that I didn't deal damage to the party myself.
Okay, that's fair. That's, the broadcaster started, and I am getting a link that it is streaming frames, so I am gonna get, I'm gonna start for tonight. I should probably log into Roll20 on my other thing. And we're just gonna pick up where we left off last week, because that's gonna be fun. Hi everybody, welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group B, Legends Lost. It is going to be a heck of a fun time tonight, and I'm banking on the house not catching on fire this episode. But anyways, we are playing Dungeons & Dragons tonight. It is a role-playing game. Everything you are going to see on the stream tonight is going to be improvisational and live storytelling. And yeah, if you're under the age of 14 and you're watching tonight, I suggest you consult your parents. You may encounter content that's not appropriate for you. And, oh yeah, the world. Ilderon. Ilderon is a homebrewed world of our own creation. There is a wiki with more information about it, and if you do want to learn about the world and the setting that we're in, you can go to www.ilderontales.com and learn about the world. The characterizing fact of Ilderon is that it is a world shaped by belief and faith, as all of the gods, or at least majority of them, of what people know about, roam the material plane alongside their mortal subjects. And finally, I've been giving more information about the world related to the story or unrelated to the story. Does anybody have any questions of lore they want to know about Ilderon before we jump into the recap for tonight?
I know that there's been ages to the Ilderon world, but has there ever been, like, fossils from, just before time has been recorded?
Fossils from before time has been recorded. Technically and unequivocally, I can't pronounce that word. Yes. There has been. What those are fossils of is uncertain. If you're asking if there have been dinosaurs or other types of creatures on Ilderon, yes, there has been also. The original god that lived in this plane before Lilia, the goddess of creation, came to inhabit it, that god would steal the creations of other gods and bring them to Ilderon and trap them here. And so with that, there have just been historically lots of weird things that aren't, nothing is natural on Ilderon. But there's been a lot of things that aren't naturally occurring on Ilderon that are left over from that period. And, yeah, I think that answers your question. Let's jump into it. Who wants to recap the 20 minutes of last session that we had?
Brandon's house caught on fire.
Yeah, exactly. So when you last watched this episode, or when you last watched this stream, we had just sat down to play Ilderon. We had just sat down to play D&D, and we got 20 minutes into the session, and then my house caught on fire, and I had to run outside, and then the fiber optics cable that connected the house to the internet caught on fire, and then the stream disconnected. And so now everything's good. Probably. So yeah, that was that night. But the party had just gotten off the legs of a huge fight. They captured a rogue mage named Adril, who was trying to, who was assassinating arcanists and different scholars inside of the magical university, inside of the city of Sky's Reach in Ililnagai. And the party basically stopped Adril from killing anybody else and brought him to justice. After bringing him to justice, they turned him over to the university's headmistress. She imprisoned him and eventually granted him forgiveness and told him to seek atonement for his crimes. He has currently left to seek that atonement, and the party decided that after a job well done of solving the murder mystery that they were assigned to solve, they decided to take a small break to honor the fallen that had died in the adventure and to sell and buy some things that are needed before they decide their next steps. So
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. So yeah, we're gonna pick up. Well, actually, a little bit more did happen. The party left to go. The party left to go investigate if Matir had a will, and from there, they went to the Ruby Alliance's vault in the city. It is the Vault of the Crimson Wind. And I will describe the scene again because that is the last thing that gets described last episode before the stream cuts out. Alright, so we are in the city of Sky's Reach tonight. In this city, you have traveled from... Oh, that's so frustrating. I hate when it does that. You have traveled into the core of the city. Sky's Reach exists as a two-tiered city. The first, or rather, the lower tier of the city, you can see clearly on the map, and then that's the Undercity, and then the towering structures above that are shown on the. Let's go to a different color. Are shown on the map to the right. With the elevation of the different buildings. Moving from there, you guys are in the Undercity of the central tier of Sky's Reach, and you are in a place called Grace Walk, or yes, a region of town known as Grace's Walk. And just to kind of like describe the scene. If you look at the picture on the far right side that I just circled, that is kind of like how the Undercity of Sky's Reach is shaped. All of these buildings are open affairs with columns and arches built on top of each other, stacked, and bridges and walkways and alleyways moving between them. In this Undercity, though, you guys have descended, and you are in the Vault of the Crimson Wind. I had this place rolled up. Haha! Very occasionally. No! I did have it rolled up. And then the house caught on fire. And my computer shut off. And it didn't save. Okay, cool. Alright, so this place. Let's go back and roll a percentage die for how active it is. Did somebody just roll a percentage die? Because that works. Okay.
Keep clicking things then, sorry.
No, it's fine. Alright, here we go. 69%. Alright, so let's get the date of this section, because I like that at the start of each session before we get any further. It is currently the 29th of Hunter. You are walking into the Vault of the Crimson Wind after descending into this. It would be like a modified bunker under the city, or like a modified dungeon. After descending in here, you are going to be walking past cellars and different cells where people would have been kept for like light imprisonment. The Ruby Shadow has bought out this place though and refurbished it and repurposed it. These early vaults walking by have been, or these early cells walking by have been repurposed into lounges and different areas to store contents to be shipped in and out of here. And different merchants are coming with contracts and taking these and leaving. Going deeper into here, though, it is going to be ran much like a quartermaster, entering inside of a dungeon. Very few people are going deeper into this vault. Occasionally, they will let 2 or 3 people pass these. Let's roll for the lavishness of these bars. 75%. Very few people are going to be let past these bluish metal bars. And finally, how many lines do we have? There is just 2 lines. Oh my gosh, here today. Okay, so it's a capital city. Only 2 lines of tellers inside of here. Very small place. This place is super secure though, from like just probably the modified choke that they have going on here. The whole party is inside this dungeon, or inside this vault, waiting through the line. It's populated, but not terribly populated. After 20 minutes, you shuffle forward to the tellers. You are going to...
we rob it.
You're going to see a woman, and she is going to look at the lot of you and say, "All right, where's your vault deed?"
I'll provide the vault deed.
Yeah.
She's going to take it, look it over, stamp it twice, and say, "Yeah, we got." It'll take her a second to go back and check the books, and then she's going to come back and say, "Yeah, we got a lot of the stuff you keep in your vault here in the city. What do you need?"
All right, I'm depositing some money, and I'm gonna deposit 1,500 G and 750 ruby pieces.
Okay.
Oh no, hold on. Yeah, 750 ruby pieces into the vault for Matir. Well, I guess in mine? I'm not sure how this works.
Well, it's your company's vault, right?
Yeah,
your mercenary
okay.
company.
Yeah. That's a small company. It's just me.
Yeah, and she'll take it and hand you a form and say, "Sign here, stamp here, sign here, sign here." Takes it back, hands it back out. "Sign here."
Right.
And takes one more form and hands it to you and says, "Sign here."
All right.
She stamps it, and she's going to say, "Thank you for your patronage to the Ruby Alliance."
All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting in her way. I've been through this in real life. I'm like, nope, get in and out, not taking any more of her time.
Mm-hmm.
I could be one of those people that are like, oh, let me make casual conversation. No, she's not into that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the next one, I guess.
Well, does Siegfried want to ask about Matir's will? Because this would be the place where they'd have a record of it.
Yeah, I guess I said, like, One more thing before I go. I'd have to check the status on there's an existing will or a I don't know Matir's last name. Where would he be at? Because he's not in Group B anymore.
Well, you would have some like charter for your company.
Yeah.
And his name would be on there, just like founding member.
Yeah.
Matir's last name is Milstein.
Okay.
Also, he is a trusted companion. So.
That's my last.
Oh wait, yours is Milstein?
Yeah.
Hold on, what was his then? Oh, Eridim.
Okay.
Okay, I got you and him switched up. Yeah.
They're secretly brothers.
We're like brothers. Okay, yeah. So I'll ask her about the status, if there's a will existing for him.
Okay. Yeah. She's going to go back and she's going to go back and check the records room they have here, which you can see is like this huge room where the where a quartermaster would normally keep the gear of like the people inside the dungeon. It has been repurposed for all of these like huge voluminous tomes, leather-bound tomes, and you see her walking around in there for probably about 2, 3, 4 minutes before she comes back, and she's gonna say, Matir Eridim, he was a part of Sunyeth Order 148. The church would handle his will.
All right, thank you.
She's
Oh,
go ahead.
clarifying with you, Brandon. That means I would need to then go speak, I guess, with the church or with Sunyeth specifically.
Yeah, they would have a copy of it.
Okay, make sure I have Matir's understanding of it. All right. So that takes care of my business. I'm assuming those components and crap we got, that would be handled outside. Like they wouldn't be able to just give us money for that here.
Selling the components?
Yeah.
They could buy it from you here. Oh, or just even like, proposing them up right now. You find 2 people willing to buy them for 70% of their price.
70% of 200G.
I
want to sell my
2,000,
anime.
yeah.
Here was the problem. I thought we already rolled up the amount of money that we got from them.
I already took the money. I have scrap from other stuff that I have just been carrying around.
Yeah, no, I thought we were I thought we already got like handled.
187 each.
Yeah, that was
that
that was my assumption based off us getting like the full amount, because he said it was 2,000 G worth of components and gems. That's how I split it up.
Yeah, and I will allow you to sell it for full like value outside of here, but in here, like if you're just asking a merchant, like, hey, does anybody want to buy these? Like in line, the guy will just be like, oh yeah, definitely, like.
Gotcha.
And so, just
All
random people around you, like, raising their hand.
So, I'll say I'll hold off. I'll hold off.
I almost feel like we should just go sell it now and come back. I'd like rather put away a pile of...
One of the toxic masculinity merchants say, "You tease!" I'm kidding. Alright, so, did Drelos have things he wanted to do in his vault? It's pretty much the same process of just like, she's very lackadaisical about her job.
Well, I kind of want to deposit the money that I already accounted for, the 187, plus I've got some scraps to sell. So I feel like we should just go out and sell the stuff. Or have one person. I'm totally cool with running out real quick and selling all of it.
For the sake of simplicity, I will say 40 minutes pass, and you're able to do that.
I think that works. Saves us all some time.
Mm-hmm.
I got my bag of holding. I'll just lump it all in there. Run out there. I only take a 5% extra cut.
No.
right. On your way back, the same merchant's waiting for you, and he says, "I'll give you 85%. You talked me into it." And, it's too late.
Too late. Oh boy.
All right. So you guys are outside of the Vault of the Crimson Wind. Where do you want to head?
One more thing before we do that. Wolf, you said you took 188 ruby pieces?
Yes.
Okay. So that's one counted down. Dralos?
It is 187.
187. Anthony? Admir?
I didn't take any yet, so 187.
Okay,
Ruby.
so I guess I'll take the last 188. Don't forget everyone would have gotten 375 gold.
Mm-hmm.
187 plus 375?
It's 187 ruby pieces, and then 375 gold.
Yep.
Ooh, hell yeah. Alright, let me move that around.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah, I already did the math for what we got, so yeah. Or what Von we got. I don't know about you all, but I was actually planning on shopping for more opponents for a few of my spells.
Go for it.
If any of you want to go out and get some, we can head there. Or if you guys have something else planned, go on ahead. Just if we need a common place to go meet up, for splitting.
Well, I was gonna go with Dralos to see what we can get for these adamantine scraps.
Components and stuff, yeah.
Well, we sold the component.
I also have some other components.
Oh.
I accumulate stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, if I'm gonna be, would the selling be in the same general location as where Vonvi's planning on going?
Sky's Reach is very densely populated. Pretty much in each of the walks and each of the reaches, you can probably find something related to what you need. As far as specializing and specialties, though, then you'd be asking around. But yeah, just looking for what you posted inside of Group B. Yes, you can get that inside of Grace's Walk.
All right, and that's where they're heading.
That's where you're at.
If you're looking for someone to go with you, I don't know who we're gonna want.
Game on. Let's go shopping. I actually want to get a facial and a pedicure and a manicure. Just treat yourself.
Okay.
Wait, oh my god.
It's just kind of I don't know if you were actually stating that in character or were mocking me.
No, actually, kind of, sorta. Like, after we go shopping and actually buy, like, what we need, yeah, I totally plan on getting some R&R.
It's been a wild 2 months for Dralos.
Yeah, that's fair. I just, like, it's going to be the confused look, and then, alright.
We were just shrugs. Some people had to treat themselves.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of, it was a confused look, but, like, I guess some wanted to treat himself, that's none of my business. Alright.
Off to sell the scraps first. Alright, let's go.
Yep. Vonvi's just gonna keep an eye out for the materials that she's looking for. Like anybody who would be selling any of those materials I posted in chat.
Okay. Yeah. So my general rule with spell components, if it's not diamonds, and it's not over like 1,000 gold, then you're pretty much able to find it from most shops that sell spell components. So on your way to, I'm sorry, refresh me where you guys are going. I know Dralos said on the way of where he's going, he wants a pedicure and manicure.
No, that's going to be on the way back after we finish selling the stuff and buying what we
Oh,
need.
yeah, adamantine.
So,
Adamantine. Yep.
And
Okay.
I believe it was it still raining? I don't remember like the weather was.
Yeah.
It is raining. It is raining.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, I was wondering. I was like, why do I have merchants up? Okay. So, you head towards. Well, this person could actually feasibly exist in Grace's Walk. Yeah. All right. So, heading from the Undercity and heading back towards just the lower city. You are going to come across a shop that has a that is built into a tower. Out of the tower, you can see smoke impossibly far away coming out of this thing. Several more buildings are also built into this same tower. You assume everything that's attached to it has some sort of forge. Inside of the building. Going into the building that's attached to the tower here on the lower street, though, you can see a significant amount of charms, holy symbols, and different religious jewelry. Some of them encrusted with gemstones. In the back area of the shop, you can see a cracked open door and several smiths working on metal, and then you also hear the sound of filing. And in here you can see like the much more meticulous work is done. There is a woman, and yeah, she is going to be fixing an ornament around a mannequin of sorts, of around an armor stand. And she's going to watch all of you walking in. She's going to bow graciously and say, Ilderon. She has evens she does, odds she doesn't. She has a ruby amulet around her neck.
I assume I recognize that she's a part of the Ruby Alliance.
She is a part of the Ruby Alliance. You do not recognize who she is, though, but yes.
Ilderon. We have come to check and see what you have in stock, possibly hoping for a trade to maybe help with the cost. If you take that.
She's going to nod and say, creation is only done best when the ingredients come from every source in every corner of our world. She's going to gesture for you to come forward.
Okay. Relos have to come with me because the stuff's in his bag.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
pull stuff out.
All right. So I know you have the adamantine scraps. What else are you selling to this jewelry merchant?
In hindsight, I probably still can't sell the 12 pounds of miscellaneous components and regions that were contraband.
Maybe not here. I'm pulling out my old one-handed sword since now I have a +1 longsword.
Okay. And is that sword magical?
My old one, no.
Okay.
Other metal.
She is going to look at the adamantine scraps, and like when I say scraps, I mean you guys know these oozes melted through this armor. She is then going to look at the swords, and they are long swords, just regular long swords.
What? One longsword, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see the price you get for all of this. She is going to look at the swords and say, I have no interest in reforging these, but I can sell them to any passing by merchant. I'll give you 12 gold for the longsword. And for the adamantine scraps, it is in the condition to be reforged, not worth nearly its value of if it was in bars or even still wholly attached to armor. From what's left of it, I'd be willing to pay 470 gold.
That's not gonna work.
You think we can have a better deal, Dralos?
I think we can definitely get a better deal.
Well, I'll leave it to you.
Can I do a persuasion check on Amaya? That was her name, right? Amaya?
She, you don't know her name, and she's gonna say, my name's Maria.
May area. I think that we can. I think we can reach a little bit more of a compromise than 475. Will you do 575?
All right, roll me that persuasion check. Um, 575. She's going to think it over, bite her lip, and then snap and say, "I'll have my scribe draw up the sale." A risen member is going to come from the back smithing room, and she's going to look at everything happening here, and she's going to say, "I'm purchasing this adamantine for 575 gold pieces."
Sounds like a deal.
The scribe starts nodding. She draws up the contract, and the woman is going to go and fetch the gold. She comes back with a sack, and she's going to offer it towards you, along with the contract.
All right, I will take it, and then I will ask Dralos. All right, so you want your commission now? As I know, since you helped me with this, I have to. My honor to give you some.
Let's as we're divvying it up, we'll keep this in mind. So we can share this with the party as the conversation.
Okay. I would also like to look and see what armor she has available to sell, because mine was damaged from the.
Okay. Siegfried. What is your... Or no, I'm sorry. It's Von V with like the 28 in passive perception, correct?
27.
Okay, 27. I was close. I was one off. Von V, you are going to notice, I did not point this out at first. And that's just because it slipped my mind. I forgot this party had ridiculous perception. You are going to notice also inside of this shop, there are several half-orcs. They are crowded around a woman sitting at a whetstone. She is moving something across it. However, you do notice they appear to be a part of the Sunyeth. That said, Siegfried, looking for armor, it just happens to be your lucky day. On the armor stand that you saw her put the necklace around, diadem, I feel like that's a name. You are going to notice a set of splint armor. It is exceptionally crafted, as each piece of it glitters with a small gemstone.
All right, I'll take a look at it. And I will ask her how much this would cost.
The splint mail is going to be split mail is going to be. Hold on, I got to do the price of it. Because it's your lucky day, it's 25% off.
The temptation to try and
All right.
bargain on those two is so high.
Yeah, she is going to say, "Oh, that, it's a piece we crafted long ago. I am, however, looking to get some more materials to work with to replace it. I'm willing to part with it for 1,100 gold."
Wow. That's out of my price range.
How much do you have, Siegfried?
Not counting how much we're going to be splitting up from this bag we have. It's like about 500. Not sure how much ruby pieces would count here.
Thunder will throw back a 550 on the counter.
550, okay.
So I guess I'll put the other. How much was it, Brandon?
1,100.
Okay. Right, I have 500. And I would ask her how much, at least 50 more, and ask her how many ruby pieces would that take for her? Would 50 work, or how is that going to work for her?
She's going to nod and say 50 ruby pieces will be enough to get me the supplies.
Okay, so I'll hand her 50 ruby pieces.
Alright, you can add magical splint mail to your inventory. As you go to take it off, she's going to like swat your hand away and gingerly remove the jewelry, and then let you take the armor off the stand.
Yeah, no jewelry for me. Aw, want to be fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so would this count as splint mail +1? Or is it
no.
something else? Oh,
You're not sure.
gotcha.
I will factor its bonuses into your AC until you figure.
Let me put this in here.
You do have
While
somebody
you
who can
did
figure
that,
that
by
out
the
for
way-
you easily.
Alright, so while you guys were doing that transaction, I also figured out a pretty good split for gold between 4 of us. I would like to take 170, while the rest of you 3 take 135.
No.
After all, you got extra.
No. No, that's 10% extra there.
I mean, he did help us get extra money out of it.
That is fair. Just a matter of... Never mind.
Principal is hilarious. Don't worry, I'll crunch another number. We'll settle for a little bit of comp.
Right, and I will ask her about, I guess, my old chainmail. Would she like it for scraps or something? I don't know.
Your old chainmail. Is
Yeah,
she
like-
willing to buy that? She'll give you 8 gold for it.
That's fine. Honestly, I'm trying to get off my hand.
I think that's a steal. I'm not sure.
Here's the split, by the way. It's 145 for the other 3. I'll take 155. There we go.
Yeah, I'm fine with
That's-
145, sure.
That's a better split. Okay. 145.
Let me change my amount to 145. Alright, so he'll turn to Admir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this.
Don't thank me yet. Where
I
we're
know.
going into this.
I'm
you
probably
have
gonna be your meat. Probably gonna be your meat shield, but hey, it is what it is.
On our way here, did Von V manage to find a store that would sell the components you needed?
Yes, I said that you did.
Okay, I wanted to make sure about that before I did too much math with money. Okay.
Good old man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, don't think of this as a payment or as a gift. Think of it as an investment. Not to mention, Terran seems to have taken a fancy to you, Siegfried.
Oh, well. Thank you, Taryn. And I know this is going to be... I'm going to have to pay this debt in blood somehow. That's the way the world works.
At the mention of Siegfried's name, Von V, you're being eyeballed. Your group. Those three orcs crowded around, or three half orcs crowded around the woman, are looking at you.
Seems we caught some attention. And with that name, with your name.
Well, let's see what their intentions are.
It's they're seeing what your intentions are. They're already walking across the shop towards you. The woman is the jeweler is going to stand in between your group and the orcs, and she's going to say, "No, there are too many valuables in here. If you want to have an honor duel, you take it outside." The orcs, or the half-orcs, stop on the other side of her, staring intently at Siegfried.
Siegfried will stare back at them. I guess we'll have to take this outside.
And
I'm gonna sneak to the side a little bit. I'm just gonna try and get away from the majority of the group, but still follow up.
You are. You can roll me a stealth check, but they only stare at you for about 5 seconds before duel. No, why would we duel? Siegfried, you recruited our brother out of Order 148, Matir. How the hell are you? Or how the bridge are you? He offers a hand forward.
I'll take his hand, put him into a one-arm hug.
Admir just hears this and is like, "Nope," and starts walking out.
How you doing, fellas? Well,
he's
I think we probably need to hit a bar.
I could go for the drink.
He's dead.
Picho's dead.
As he says, walking out the door.
And we're going back to the suspenseful music. At that mention, the orcs, or the half-orcs, are going to, their expressions are going to lower and say, "I always told him it was a bad idea chasing the gold."
It was a situation that wasn't favorable for anybody. We were stuck, well, like I said, we could head to a bar, probably better to talk than in here.
The orc is going to, or the half-orc's going to nod and say, you two escort Arlen. I'll head out with Siegfried. They are going to nod and salute and say, "Yes, Captain." He is going to walk out of the jewelry store with you. The other two orcs head back to the older woman.
All right. I'm guessing the rest of the team is outside. I don't know if Envy they'll stay inside.
Von V stayed beside you, kind of keeping an eye on if anything suspicious happened. It's like, yeah.
Okay.
I
All
apologize. I was so crashed about that, but Siegfried here isn't good with social interactions. I figured it would be easier to rip the bandage off in one fell swoop.
Yeah, I
Dude,
kind of
I
wanted
totally
to.
got you. If it gets awkward, I'll just kill them all. We got this.
Graylos? No.
Graylos, no. Down.
No.
You're worse than my griffin.
I wanted to break it to you gently. Would I know his name, Brandon?
No, you've never seen this half-orc before. He's going to. Well, I mean,
I don't think I ever actually got your name.
yeah, he's Matu. I'm kidding.
Matu.
He's going to say Nursen. As he offers a hand and says, Captain Nursen of Order 148.
Pleasure to officially meet you, Captain. You actually, well, like I said, I was gonna try to break it gently, and you probably saved us a little bit of time. Make a long story short, we were helping the headmistress of the university, essentially trying to find out who murdered one of her professors. This led us to some loon who trapped us in the sewers under the university's sick, horrible place with some really nasty experiments they had down there. Unfortunately, Tyr ran into one of them. We were all overwhelmed. Before we weren't able to get to him in time, they just ate through his armor, our weapons. We almost died fighting them ourselves. Honestly, if it wasn't for Von V's summons just basically eating them, we wouldn't be here right now.
He's going to nod and say, I never faulted Matir for following you or for leaving. He's going to shake his head and say, Order 48's no prestigious order. If it wasn't with you, it would have been with us. There's talk that the High Prophet might be considering pulling the Sun Yeth into the war. We'll be on the front lines against those Ardorians by the end of the month. He's probably got a better fate. He nods. Is his soul at rest?
If it is any, at least consolation for you, I can, from what I saw, he did die bravely and went down swinging.
Nursen is going to bring his fists, the open side of it, like with his thumb, and hit it against his chest twice and say, I'll carry on his blood.
Siegfried will tell him about the money we have for him. His stash is saved in the company's vault, and would like to know who would be the best to give this. His order would have handled his will, and they know who would be the ones to get his share of the loot.
He rolls a history check. And he's going to say, Matir and I and a couple others all draw our origins back to the same tribe. I think his mom's still out running it out east, or out west.
Could I give you the amount that would have been his share to give to her?
He is going to nod and say, I'll have one of my order rangers tracker it and deliver it.
Okay. So we would need to head to the Ruby Alliance, Brandon, or is there a check system here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can just write him a contract as long as you have an Arisen member sign it.
Okay.
Transfer of funds.
Is there a Arisen member Arisen scribe walking around that can...
Arisen scribe?
Or none. Arisen member,
None of the disciplines that would typically do this, but discipline members, which are the peacekeepers of the little guy. And for any viewer, I posted the stream in a couple more places than I normally do. So anybody who's watching this who isn't a normal viewer, the Lil Nagai is a matriarchy ran by the church and the Sky Queen and the faction that serves the queen. That faction is 99% composed of women who are a part of like a preparatory society called the Risen, which they are the peacekeepers, the scribes, the civil servants. They run every aspect of the government that is not ran by the church. And so it's not uncommon to see just Risen members penetrating every aspect of Alonagian society. And so, yes, you would see two of these peacekeepers just walking down the street patrolling. And you could ask one of them, like, hey, can you put your seal on this? And it is their duty to serve. Yeah, and the Risen members will be able to provide that for you.
Okay. That'll be a total of 1,500 gold, 750 ruby.
Alright. Nursen is going to take this, and he takes it with a heavy expression.
And I'll tell him there's one more thing I have of his, and I'll pull out the longsword +1. That this is his sword. The only thing still wasn't turned into scraps. Would you like this back as well?
He's gonna push it towards you and say, where he's at now, his soul's dancing with the goddess. He won't need it.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that just was.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, Nursen is Nursen's going to take a moment and just put his forehead to yours, fist on the shoulder, and he's going to start walking back into the shop.
Well, that saved us some time.
Sometimes, Siegfried, the direct approach is the best.
Just wanted to be a bit more gentler with this. Feel responsible, you know? I talked him into it.
Think of it this way, Siegfried. He's the man of his own choices. He could have chosen to say no.
Alright, enough of that. What else we have to do? Bonvi, I think you wanted to get some stuff?
On our way here, I managed to find a store to get what I needed.
Alright.
I'd like to stop somewhere. I have a couple of things I'd like to sell myself and pick up something.
What is it that Admir's looking to sell?
Illegal?
I'm looking for a magic store, like a wizard store.
Well, you know, there is a university on the other side of the city. As far as like let's see, in this region,
I don't know how many broke college kids there are there. As a former college kid, I know money is a very, very sought after commodity there.
Alright, no, I was just rolling dice. As far as like a magic store that's going to outdo the university, you are going to hear about one inside of Elegance Walk, and there is another in Elegance Reach.
Which one's closer?
The Walk. The Walks are the center part of town, the Reaches are the far part of town.
I've heard of one over on Elegance Walk. Shouldn't take us too long to get there.
Alright. Heading to the shop that you know about, and should probably name this. I am gonna name this because I just rolled it up at random. It is going to be called the Emerald Arcane, and heading into this shop. It is on Elegance Walk, which would be Grace, Elegance. So it is going to be in this section of town that I will circle in orange. And we are just going to say it's right here. Alright, heading into the Emerald Arcane, you are going to see, how occupied is this place? You are going to see several upper class people here, all in different exotic clothing. Ilderon is, a coastal nation, and it is on the equator of the world. So they are barely even dressed at all. It looks like Ilderon has no formal nobility, but it looks like there's some type of definitely upper class rich merchant here, and he's got a entourage with him. An elven woman seems to be sharing gossip back and forth with him, and it is not. It does not seem like they are a very happy bunch. As you step in, though, they are going to notice and kind of disperse. And the man is going to nod cordially to you and continue walking by. The woman is going to get her bearings about her, and she's going to feign a smile. She is an elven woman. Says, "Welcome to the Emerald Arcane. What is it that you are looking for today?"
I've come to sell a couple things I've accumulated over my travels, and by any chance, do you have any scrolls of sending?
She says, "I have 6 on hand, and I can have perhaps maybe 2 made by the end of the day."
2 is more than enough. How much do they run for?
247 gold. But I'd be willing to part with one for 180 ruby pieces if you can't swing the sea coin.
That's fine either way. I'm going to pull out my Wand of Wonders and my Wand of the War Mage. With the contract depicting what they are.
Do you have a contract depicting what they are? Because I was pretty sure there's no contract for those.
We got the contract because that was part of the deal when they read my mind.
Oh, the Bloody Fog made you contraband contracts for them. That's how you move contraband around. See, it pays to have friends who are criminals when you don't turn them into the government.
Yeah.
For anybody watching, if you have not picked up, Ilderon is a hyper-bureaucratic nation. Everything has a document, everything has a contract, and everything is signed in triplicate. So the woman is going to look over these contraband, and I am going to I don't remember what I rolled for their check when they forged these, so I'm going to roll a check right now for them with advantage. And they rolled an 8 and a 1. You would get your proficiency bonus when dealing with these, which I know that Rudy has a 3. Or not proficiency, but your charisma. Oh no, dexterity, which she would have a 2 in. And then you do get your proficiency bonus, which she would have a 3 in. So that 8 is going to be a 13, as far as like the inspection of these. This woman, as a elf, would have to make an insight check, and I'm going to roll you a percentage die of if she is intelligent. So she does have +3 to her insight, and she does is proficient in it, which is going to give her +5 to this check. She rolled a 9, so that's 14.
Can I use bend luck?
I will allow you that. You see her like inspecting these documents, and it is getting like down to the. It is getting down to the wire. It's a D4.
Yeah, it's a D4, not a D6, and I rolled a 1. Fuck.
So it's gonna go in favor of the attacker as she is attacking this forgery. And after a second, she is going to say, "This risen member's stamp is missing a crest of her accommodations inside of her school." And she's going to point to an area of the risen member's stamp, as it is a personalized seal. There is an area where a crescent is, where you'd expect like more crescents. And she's going to say, "This was clearly forged." And she's going to point to the wands and say, "Where did you get these?"
As I said, I got them in my travels. Battle. I paid good money for that. I didn't realize the risen member I had talked to at the time was a charlatan.
Roll me a deception check.
I'll use my inspiration to give myself advantage.
Okay.
Wow, really?
That's how I felt when I rolled that forgery check with advantage.
I couldn't give him my inspiration, could I, for him to roll again?
No.
Give him luck, though.
No, luck only affects your rolls or attack rolls at Trelos.
I mean, I can do another bend luck, but the best I could get is a 13.
She is going to say, "Look, with that blood-crazed supreme light in town, I'm not trying to break any laws. If you get the official, documents for these wands, I would be happy to buy them off your hands."
Don't worry about selling it here. I'm pretty sure I can help you out somewhere else.
That's fine.
Roll me a free intelligence check, everybody.
My best stat.
5, 8, 8, 8, 8. So, Drelos is going to be the only one who picks up on this. Just like, okay, blood crazy supreme light in town. What's she mean by that?
I can totally sell that too. I can totally sell the stuff to a bloodthirsty.
Well,
just talking about Lyra.
The Supreme Light of this region is trying to stop a war. The Supreme Light of the Tide Gate is trying to succeed from Alil Nagai because, Alil Nagai is pretty war hungry. The other Supreme Light is dead. I'm in Solum, and Stradru is busy defending, or I'm sorry, Bailson's busy defending the world from the Archblight, and Bethis helps the church. So you're just like, bloodthirsty supreme light. Wait, is that Lyra? Is Lyra in town?
Actually, yes, I will ask exactly that. Is Lyra in town?
And she's going to say, "Excuse you, the Supreme Light Primata is in town, and I suggest you watch your tongue while she is. Woman leads a path of Go ahead."
She's a
Drelos
close
has a big
personal
ass
friend of
smile.
mine, and Drelos is here. She's actually the one that gave us our blue contracts.
Yeah, me and Lyra are tight. They know me.
She is going to
round 2 persuasion check.
No. She is going to say, well, that woman parades around this country like she's a Sky Queen herself. It's not her job to appoint generals. That should be left to the Supreme Light of that region, which it's the Sun Yeth's job to appoint.
I feel you should walk your tongue now.
And she's going to raise a hand and say, I'd be happy to keep these wands here for you and hold them in exchange for a small and compensate you for a small price, of course, for them. In exchange, perhaps you can relay to her some of the issues that her actions have caused.
I'd be willing to provide another set of voices to Lyra if I were to come around. Do you have specific actions you need, or are you just going to complain?
She is going to say, her new general has been known to harass merchants on the road. Perhaps no better than the bandits that she's trying to protect us. The bandits and highwaymen she's trying to protect us against. I would like you to leverage your relationship and tell her to let Lan appoint a general. Our Supreme Light, Lan, appoint a general for that region. In exchange, I'll hold each of these wands here and pay you 300 gold for them until you can get the contract of their purchase.
Can I do a perception check, or can the group as a whole find out whether that's a reasonable price?
Give me
Or,
insight.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna do bend luck just to give it an extra oof. Another one, so that's one.
For the Wand of the War Mage, probably. Or that's probably a really good deal. For the Wand of Wonder, it depends on if you're a gambling sort of person. That's probably a pretty decent deal, unless you're really confident in your luck. Then you probably feel like you could squeeze, if you were just straight out selling the Wand of Wonder, you probably feel like you could easily squeeze another 200 gold out of it. Because it's worth, in your mind, probably about 1,000 gold. And then half its value, would be 500 to anybody else.
I will let the group know kind of what I pick up on that. And if we want to, you said that there would be more money when we secured the contract.
She nods.
I think we could hold on to the wand and get more money when we come back just as a whole, than kind of bartering with something that we don't have control over this second. Does anyone agree, disagree?
Von V has no opinion on this. It's like, I have no history with what these ones in particular do, or where you got them, or what they do, so it is up to you.
Or do you just want the straight 900? Pawn shop style.
Well, we can come back if need be. How much would 2 scrolls of sending be? With Ruby and Ruby, you said 175?
I believe so, yes. And the gold was 247.
For one?
Yes.
247 to 500.
It would be... She has 6 of them. For 2, it would be 494 gold.
Okay, so 275. What if I gave you 300 gold and 100 ruby pieces?
She is going to take it and say, I'll accept it as a part of our favor.
Alright. I will write her out a contract for the 275 in my vault and give her the other 25 gold and the 100 ruby pieces in person.
Alright.
Oops. That was important because I just got rid of it.
She takes it upstairs and comes back with a stamped form for you and hands you a copy of it. Your dealings are complete.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
While we're in the spending mood, my goal is to stack my damage on my weapon. Could I imbue my weapons in such a way that I wouldn't give off my area more like ice imbued or something like that?
To hide the infusion? No.
What can I possibly do, just as a meta question, to possibly add additional damage to either my first or my second strike?
Invest in poison, invest in a better weapon, level up.
Alright, so I've already got daggers +2, Valkyr dagger, poison, and all that jazz. So
You can get
super treat myself.
You can get a way to buff yourself, like some sort of wand or ring that can cast a specific spell, and have your casters, such as Siegfried, can cast Elemental Weapon. It's a paladin spell on a weapon, which adds additional dice each time the weapon swings. And I believe Admir should have access to Magic Weapon, which gives your weapon up to a +3 bonus.
What type of weapon do you have right now?
Currently a +2 dagger and a Valkyr dagger.
Well, your +2 dagger, I can do an infusion on to give it fire damage.
Well, it does have it already.
It's not imbued right now.
Oh, okay. I think I misinterpreted your question because I know one of your daggers is.
No, I don't have anything imbued. Are you talking about like the old, like Yolmar? Like he had imbued stuff, but no, Draelus doesn't have anything.
So hold on a second. So what? There's the Valkyr. Why is your Valkyr dagger roll fire damage?
Did I? Oh, okay. That's my +2. So
your Valkyr dagger.
Remembered.
Yeah, your Valkyr dagger is. That's why your Valkyr dagger doesn't have the bonus, because it has it is imbued with the power of fire. I know this because I control Draelos all the time and do wonderful critical hits. I'm kidding.
True. Alright, so the goal should be to imbue Dagger +2 and deal extra damage there.
You can do that, or I can do fire right now, but if you buy more infusion recipes for me, I can do others. I have an infusion kit.
I think I also have an infusion kit, but
you don't have magic.
Let me throw it out to the audience. Do we want to do fire and double down on fire, or do we want to continue with a different style, like ice and not, or thunder, or lightning? I mean,
Meta knowledge. We are fighting an undead goddess. Radiant damage might not be bad.
radiant is a good idea.
I mean, that's if we actually do end up fighting Olivia. And what are the chances of that happening?
Actually, straight up, we are doing radiant because Olivia just came up. We know where this goes. She has sworn to kill me.
PTSD.
If we go back to the university, or if she has it here, if you can get me a radiant infusions thing, I can do it for you.
Game on. All right, Brandon, what's it gonna cost?
At the university? Not terribly much. So are you guys headed back to the university?
We can do this after the spa day. Like, who wants to get some free?
Oh, I gotta go play
That's a question to the group. Like, we could take a quick little hour mani-pedi and then like half-hour facial. Like, not that I've experienced in that in real life or anything.
I'll accompany you. That sounds enjoyable.
Sure, why not?
I'll pay for it.
All right, everybody treats themselves. I'm gonna roll you guys a percentage die of if anything happens while you are treating yourself.
I will jump to this computer, Brandon.
All right, I'm just going to summarize this to keep it moving quick. At the spa, everybody is at the spa. What would this area look like? Let's actually place this. There's Grace Walk, Elegance Walk, Honor's Reach, and Grace's Reach. And so in...
Not to be cheap, but I want my money's worth. I want to see, like, no-name salon, but, like, it's got the back room.
You are going to a bathing house inside of Grace's Reach, in the upper tier of the city. And this place is going to be super duper nice. It's got what you would expect, like a public pool to be, but it's got enough private pools for you and your companions to bathe in. You know, you can do 2 people to a pod, or you can rent out the whole place and do 1 person to a pod, which is going to be ultra expensive. But I would say if you treat yourself moderately well, 54 gold. If you treat yourself super well, 106 gold. And they're going to give you the whole shebang here.
Per person or total?
No, in total.
Okay.
I'll
drop it. I got you guys.
Alright.
106 coming out in.
The whole time you're here, you are going to... party members are going to pick up on various gossip. There are 4 of you, so roll me 1d4.
Another one.
Each one of us?
No, just 1 person. Alright, Vanvi, you're going to be the first...
I want to luck that.
you're going to be the first person to hear. Not yet, Blizz. I'm getting there, but I told you this is going to be a boring, slow session. You are going to be the first to hear. The Sky Queen is not happy with how the war is proceeding. You citizens are whispering that she has convinced the Supreme, I'm sorry, not the Supreme, the High Prophet of Light, Philezra, to commit the Sun Yet's orders to the border. And the High Prophet's refusal to do so was one of the things that caused the mercenary army that is currently on Lil Nagai's border to form. Let's see. Second one. Vanvi, again, is also going to hear that Supreme Light Pramada is in town and is believed to be finally working against the Sky Queen. The Supreme Light has been one of the Sky Queen's last and only allies, politically. And yeah, all right. Otherwise, your spa day is going to conclude. Where and what is everybody doing?
End run, whether it's right now or later. I do want to imbue Dagger +2 with Ray.
You can do that when you get back to the university. So does the party want to head back to the university?
Yeah, along the way there, Bonvi will tell them about the gossip that she heard.
Those
Because-
influence bloke. If I got the right people, we are pro-Lyra and anti-Sky Queen. Yes?
You guys have had no dealings with the Sky Queen.
But pro-Lyra.
You are pro-Lyra.
Alright, so in that
By
case,
association, yeah.
I'm not going to call those other spa gossip people idiots. And that Lyra is obviously doing the right thing.
I mean, I'm just saying what I heard. Just guessing the more common people don't seem to be completely agreeing with your views.
The ending is 25 words, right?
It is 25 words or less. Everybody, though, has been sufficiently pampered. Everybody add 2 temporary hit points to your sheet. They last for 48 hours.
Okay.
Let's find a way to use those. Let's go kill something.
God.
I kid. I just kid.
Why don't you get to a underground fight?
That was Yomar's thing.
If you really want to, you could. It always helped the Calkin office with clearing up that, clearing up the sewers that we had to deal with yesterday.
Alright, as everybody is approaching the university, guess what you're gonna see? There are banner flags and soldiers in the courtyard of the Windar Ward. Oh man, and it is raining pretty bad while they're out here. How well trained are these guards? Yeah, there are 8 of them, and they are patiently waiting. You can see Lyra on the porch, or rather not porch, on the entrance stairs of the Lucky Spell Inn. She is talking to a short individual and it looks like she is laughing.
Dralos hears in his mind. It is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
I feel we can approach without interrupting her, and I'd like to keep an eye on whether she receives us well enough.
So you guys really are friends with the Supreme Light.
If
No, we're the ones that helped her and Duffy more than once.
yeah, but we also have, well, not me specifically, talked back to her, and you don't talk back to the Supreme.
Alright, as you approach Lyra, she is going to be chuckling and say, Nyan, I am just amazed that you would even propose that. You came all the way to the city for that?
Well, yeah. I thought it would be a good idea.
And she is going to shake her head and say, wars are won with swords. Sometimes words, but
Puppies are cute too.
she begins laughing and says, well, if I'm ever back in Amirian, I do hope to visit you sometime soon. She's going to look towards the party approaching and roll a history check, and she's going to straighten up. Her smile's going to fade a little bit, and she's going to say, I heard the results of your investigation. Well done.
Who are these guys?
She's going to look to Nyan and say, on the proposals that happened, some of them were much more dangerous. A mage in this very university tried to pursue working on his own magical super weapon, despite being instructed by the Supreme Light not to.
Explosive puppies?
Mm-hmm. She's going to shake her head. Whatever the case was, it sparked some of his companions to start murdering people here at the university. These are the fine individuals who brought the murderer to justice.
You're going to make me blush, Lyra. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm very grateful for you guys.
I'm... Before cons... Oh boy. Not to forget that there is a griffin there too. Oh boy.
As she said, I am Nyan. What's your name?
My name is Archarcanus von V. Selmar. Pleasure to meet you.
I'll shrug and say that I'm Dralos, trust me.
And you? Hey, all four of them are there, right?
Yeah, sorry, I thought taking care of something. I'm Siegfried Milstein. Nice to meet you.
And I am Admir Strogi. It's a pleasure.
Lyra's gonna speak up and say, so where's your journey lead you after your investigation? Will you part ways, or she looks towards the party?
Well, there's talks of a new threat that needs to be handled. I'm not sure exactly what Dila has told you.
Out of character, I do not remember what Deal told us.
I
We
can
know where-
refresh you guys if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yes, please. What are the
Who's ready for
What
some
are the
story
book
exposition? Alright.
Probably a good idea. new person.
So, what you guys know, Dila works. She does her work across the continent and world through proxy groups. One of the groups working for her captured a rogue sorceress named Elena Ladelia. Elena has been working with 6 other individuals, stealing powerful sites of of divine magical energy from across the world, stealing things called earth fires. Earth fires are huge magical wells of energy that were thought to be immobile, and Elena has been taking them with her companions. Nobody knew why she was doing it, as the earth fires were thought to have lost their power and potency in recent years and to be useless. And she revealed to the party when you guys interrogated her with Dila that the earth fires are actually pieces of a god. They have found the goddess Alilia's body. Alilia is the goddess of creation, the god that Alil Nagai worships. And they are trying to restore Alilia to full power, claiming that Alilia gave away portions of her body to the inhabitants of Ilderon. That said, the next plan was to exactly narrow out who Elena was working with and what they're capable of. To that extent, you guys believe her allies to be a high elf by the name of Genprius Mari, who is in a cultural ambassador for the High Elven Nation. You believe another one of her companions to be a man by the name of Tengu, who has started a cult that worships him as a ascended god, or a pre-ascended god. Then you knew another one of her companions was Iman Solom, the supreme light of the Dawn Touch, and that was what why Lyra was in Dockensdale, was to basically remove Iman Solom's corruption. Iman Solom has been killed. Finally, there is an Ardorian knight that is likely Eldrick Bertolf, who is working with Elena. Her final companion, named a demonic werewolf named Terracry, has not been heard from. Final, I missed one. And then the other one is an ancient evil returned to this world known as Olivia the Lost.
Don't say it.
So if their goals remain the same, they need Dila to stay out of the way, because Dila has information that that only her and Genprius know. They need to steal the last 2 earth fires. One is under the sea in the middle of the ocean, and the other one is on the continent of Galkin. And then the other option you guys were presented with was they need somebody to find and assault Genprius's base of operations of wherever he's storing these earth fires after he's stolen them. Those were the options presented to you guys. And you guys were kind of thinking about going to Galkin, but ultimately hadn't decided on anything.
We also know that Dila is planning on going and confronting Olivia by herself, and we told her that's not an option.
Yep. And
you guys know where Olivia is. Olivia is recruiting pirates on the eastern part of Ardersarai.
I am personally wanting to beef up my dagger and kill Olivia. That is my current gut reaction.
So Lyra's question to you guys was, what are you going to do next after this? Because Dila's not going to force you guys to go to the front lines.
Are they strong partners of yours?
She's going to look at them and then look at Nyan and say, They are accomplished. I hardly think they can stand up to the skills though that you've acquired in the past or in the last couple years.
Well, don't want to toot my own horn, but yeah.
That hurt.
What makes you guys so strong? Mine's animals.
Huh. Well,
Zikri looks at Vonvi.
funny
But
enough,
it's-
I would love another animal, please.
I've been studying myself on how to bring some more friends into combat. Although, for the most part, I'm not good at being up front in competition. Hence why Luna here likes to help me keep out of direct fights. She gestures towards the griffin that's been walking beside her.
Well, if you need another friend, I'm open. I got nothing really much I'm doing.
You feel like
Before
fighting
we
shit.
just invite you into our group, what makes you special?
Oh, I'm an 8-year-old prodigy. What's not to love about me?
You're 8 years old.
Yes.
What?
Child.
Lyra is going to laugh and say, still using that story.
Shh, let me have my fun.
any intent to kill, I would like to test your skill.
I'm gonna roll an. I'm just gonna with a. What do I sense that there's a bit of with a passive 22 insight? Do I see past what she's saying?
No. You do not.
I want to test drive this. Can we have a sparring match with no intent to kill?
Trailer,
in the
do you
middle of the
wanna
city?
fight a child?
In the middle of the city?
If I have to put my life on the line and depend on this 8-year-old, I want to know that I actually am going to live.
Well, if you're going to do this in the middle of the city, you're pretty dumb.
If
I didn't say right here. I was just saying in general.
I'm sure I'm going as a teacher as well. Is there a spot in the college to practice spells that are like sparring matches inside of the college?
Yeah, there would be. But Lyra's going to step in and say, look, I can assure you on my word that Nyan is worth.
I can humiliate them if you really want me to, though.
She's
I'm tired. I want this.
I like her.
yeah. Lyra's going to shake her hands and shrug and say, what either of you do is of no concern to mine. I have my next task. I am not staying in the city much longer.
I go to hug her.
She will return the hug.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Again, Dralos hears in his head. Lyra has a conscience. This is unusual.
So just be clear. You say these scoundrels are safe?
She is going to, let's see, look from Vonvi to Matir, and say, these two I'm unfamiliar with. But Admir and Dralos, they rescued Dila back when she was missing. They can be trusted with your life. Or wait, is Admir Terran right now?
I want to cackle.
I'm Admir.
Okay, Admir, yeah. You're gonna tackle Lyra and try and hug her?
No. I said I wanted to cackle.
Oh, cackle. Okay. I was just like, tackling Lyra, God, that's a bad idea.
I don't want to die today.
Alright.
I don't know, man. You challenge the Tiny Terror. We'll see how this goes.
If anything, if you really do want to see a proof of her strength, perhaps we could have, since we do cast similar types of magic, perhaps we could have a minor spark or at one of the practicing ranges inside of the college.
Game on. Let's do this.
Fine with that.
Of course, nothing too major. Just, as I said, if they really wanted to see a test of your skill, and if we do cast similar spells, I feel like that would be the most fitting way to test one's skill.
How hard should I go 50% power, Lyra?
Lyra, who has been walking down these stairs, is going to look back and say, well, don't overdo it. There are many enemies out there that need a swift justice brought to them.
Oh, okay.
Alright, game on. Let's do this.
Oh boy.
So lead the way.
Yeah.
Either going to be incredibly embarrassing or hilarious.
I hope I live. Like, it would just be terrible if Nyan accidentally killed me.
That's why I said terrible or
at 50%,
hilarious.
At 50%. Like,
Terrible or hilarious.
Alright, so where would
I'm gonna take the robber approach. I'm gonna say kill me.
Oh lord. Where would be the closest one for a sparring match to be for combat practice? At the college to where we are right now.
I will tell you that, but something that is important to mention. There are no lights on inside of the Heroes Tower. No torches lit. It is abandoned. Von V wouldn't notice that.
Yeah, no, Von V wouldn't notice that. Because she's... Oh, she would or wouldn't?
She would.
Oh. Huh. The Heroes Tower is completely... Isn't the Heroes Tower usually lively?
Lyra is going to call back to you and say, yes, Dila seemed certain that the university was well secured. For the first time since she's been rescued, since she's been back, she left the tower.
Is this her trying to sneak off without us?
Looks like she left without us, yeah.
Damn it.
I could cast these. I did get more spell components. I could figure out where she is.
I cast daylight.
We also have a mirror. Stop.
There is daylight outside. I'm not going to make you burn that.
Oh.
No, the tower that's by us.
I'm sorry, since you're new, let me explain the situation. Because I did not explain much of anything that's been going on. So, the university is a neutral diplomatic campus outside of Sky's Reach. It occupies this entire district of the city. The university is ran by a immortal patron known as Dila Winrona. And in the middle of the university is something called the Heroes Tower. It is Dila's personal home. This whole city and university kind of like spawned around her residence. It looms over the university, and across various rooms you can see into windows and studies and just various different chambers inside the tower. Not a single... It is the tallest structure here in the university, and not a single room is lit with any sort of light. It is pretty common knowledge across the university, though, that only Dila and her daughter live inside of the tower. And that is what what Vanvi is noticing is not lit. Vanvi has a bajillion passive perception.
Yeah, no.
He is the only one who can see me.
Yeah. Like, he has to really try hard to not... A rogue really has to try hard to not be seen by Valby.
Well, passive self is on 25. So, not bad. Anyway, so we've got an empty tower where Dila lives that she has not left in several weeks, like 2 months. And she said that she was going to go off on a Rambo mission without us. I think we should gather information and try and figure out where the hell she is.
We should go inside. We can try to ascertain where she's going that way.
We're tight with the guards. After all, I asked them how he was doing, and then shrugged him off and continued walking.
And if we are going to be traveling far distance, I would like to take Luna with me. So, at least if we're going to be teleporting anywhere to her, I'd like to at least make sure that I don't waste some energy re-summoning Luna.
Let's go.
Game on. To the tower.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, Lyra heads off in the opposite direction, taking the road into town. To the Windar Tower. It is sealed. There is no guard here at the door, but trying to get inside this place, you cannot get the heavy wooden door open that leads inside the base of the tower.
Damn it.
Do you know where you're going?
If it's
Yes.
locked, Drelos, can you pick it?
There's no time.
Out of game question. For the conjure animals, does that have to be the same animal, or can I choose different ones?
The DM gets to choose what animal it is, but you get to choose the CR rating.
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah, no, that is Vonvi casts that spell frequently, so that's why I can answer that quickly.
Okay.
Siegfried, Drelos, Vonvi.
Yep.
Keep an
So
eye
sorry,
out.
I literally was just having a conversation. I missed the last couple seconds.
The door is locked. It is magically sealed. Admir has a plan. I'm not sure what it is yet. You guys are about to find it out.
I'm pulling out Shattertooth.
Sign?
I'm scrying on Dila.
Alright. She rolls a wisdom saving throw against it. You know her very well. She fails. So you pull out this magical mirror from your bag, and let's go with more appropriate music. I feel like this is a little bit better.
having 1v and the rest of them make a human barrier around me so
Okay.
no one can really see what I'm doing.
You
While
pull,
doing that, I will make sure that I'm in range so that way I can see the mirror myself as well.
you are going to see okay, you pull out Shattertooth. The mirror, when it's broken multiple surfaces, are going to fog over as you as it begins casting scrying for you. As the fog inside of the mirror begins to clear, you are going to see a scene. Dila is going to be talking. Or you're going to see Dila. She is in a very, very nice stone manor. And there are sigils in the back. I don't think Admir or Vanvi recognize them.
Bonvi is into anthropology, so if they are a symbol of any region or location, she would know about them because that is what her degree Peldith is in.
I will give you a history check, but it is the other side of the continent, and it's not hyper important.
I'm going to, unless I already have it, I'm going to spend a Bardic Inspiration and get myself advantage.
Bardic Inspiration does not give you advantage.
Yes it does when I have Peerless Skill.
Oh ho ho! Alright. When you make an ability check, you can add number of
Oh, the number.
No, it lets you use your Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
So you can add your Bardic Inspiration to the roll, but it doesn't give you advantage on the roll.
Okay.
So it would be a 17 plus, I think your Inspiration's like a D10 at this level.
Yeah, almost a D12. That would be a 22.
You have reached what I call the Kanye West level of Bard, where you can inspire yourself. Alright. Looking at this, it looks like a sigil of a noble Ardorian family. However, it looks like the sigil of a noble Ardorian family. However, it looks off in some areas, marking it more likely as a offshoot of the family. You see Dila. She is talking with a woman who has a large ledger on the table. Dila is walking back and forth, and the woman is taking notes. Admir, you are going to hear. You're going to hear, and it doesn't matter. We can mobilize any amount of gold needed. The fortress will have all of its needs taken care of for the coming year. And the woman's going to respond, and what about the war on the other side of the nation? Dila's going to shake her head and say, I've learned not to get involved with the politics of nations anymore. What I'm trying to do is for the world. The woman's going to nod. Dila continues laying out more arrangements. It seems that she is giving whoever this person is a large sum of goods and supplies. This goes on for 1d8 minutes. 7 minutes. After she's done, she's going to look over and say, and you'll pledge every sword. The woman is going to nod and say, "It's not my decision, but I will do my best." Dila is going to finish this conversation, saying nothing else, and turning and leaving. The ward follows her. She's in some sort of rural town. Or no, not rural town. Actually, she's in a hold. It is a stead out someplace in the Ardorian countryside. The sensor follows her for its final couple minutes before it fades.
I am able to teleport us to her. If would I? I'm trying to think. Would Vonvi? Because we did mention it. Vonvi knows of the teleportation circles, of a few of the teleportation circles in that region that we were mentioning prior, correct?
You know teleportation circles around the world.
Okay.
This region, you don't know any in. You are assuming, if your information holds correct, she is somewhere in this area of the world, because you are 100% aware that Olivia is heading to the Magenta X.
Okay.
Nyan, looking back, you are going to see Admir has a very weird looking relic in his hand.
Whoa. What's that? Can I touch it?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
What does it do?
Well, if you touch it, it'll give you the worst stomach ache you've ever had in your life.
I don't know, I have had pretty bad ones.
This is a trinket of mine. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I can send her one sending. I only have one scroll left now. Figure out what this damn woman is doing.
I do have teleportation. It's just I'm not sure on how accurate it is.
Where is she even at? That doesn't even, I mean, I'm assuming that's Ardor, right? That's where this, where Olivia is that?
Mm-hmm. Alright. Me and 8 willing creatures.
By the way, the whole time that we're walking and all that, I'm just hovering on my broom. Cause fuck walking.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look at us at eye level.
No, I stay low.
I'm just clicking on this so that way I can read it more easily.
Alright. I'm very familiar with teleportation.
Yeah, no, I'm personally not. I'm just trying to think of
How do you feel about being jutted through ethereal space?
yeah.
I can scrun her again to give you a better idea of where she is.
Yes. Anything that can help me out more will be great. And I can at least try to teleport us to a at least big enough location that we won't, burst into somebody's house randomly.
Fine. I will use Shattertooth again.
Alright, this should be the last charge it has, if I'm not mistaken.
For today.
Alright, you scry on Dila, and she is going to roll a nat 20, and she is going to beat the check, but the way Shattertooth rolls, or scries, it always completes the casting of the spell. It is unable to lock onto Dila, but the fog on the mirror is going to cover its surface, and then as it clears, you see her briefly for a moment. The scrying is going to reveal. Let's see if I'm going to roll you a percentage die, and if she's by anything telling. Oh yeah, she's going to be by something telling. Let's see what this is. I'm thinking for a long second. She is going to... She's going to be outside of a... she's going to be outside of a large stable. And the stable itself, as far as like what you can see from the front part of it, on the wall and just lining the entrance, you see pieces of metal and different, almost like bardings of armor. It's from just what you can see in the 10-foot radius, because that's all you have access to with the scry, and everything beyond that is blurry. Just from what you can see, it looks like some sort of stable for battalions of knights.
Bonvi.
I saw it.
Study this area very carefully. This was actually very beneficial to us.
She is.
You just see, like, Dilo and Rona, like, walking by the sensor.
Alright, and... yeah, no, she's studying... She is putting all she can into this, and studying this location. Do I need to roll anything for that, or no?
For studying it? No.
Okay, for studying it to memorize it, and think about it.
You good?
She'll give a nod. Alright. Everybody, at least, do we have to be touching? No, it's inside of a 10-foot cube. Alright. Everybody get nearby me. Everybody get around me. And she is going to hop on to Luna.
You coming with us, kid? He looks at, Ion.
I'm ready to go.
Alright.
Alright, roll me a D100.
Okay. Come on, I want to be... D100.
I got nothing to help you, so...
Alright!
Can I...
You are going...
Can I use Fearless skill on this spell?
No, your Bardic Inspiration has very precise rulings for what it can be used and not used on.
Ability check. This is a percentage if we fumble or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so, you are going to hit on off target. So I will
Damn it!
roll you a D10, and off target is better than landing in ethereal space or mishap, or rather a similar area or anything like that. Let's see.
The better option.
So, distance off target is 1d10 times 1 d10 of the percent of the distance that was traveled. Okay, so we will do it like this. And she does it like this, and you do it like that.
Wait, Brandon, quick question. Right,
Yes.
so since Von V saw the place, wouldn't that fall in the very familiar range?
No. Very familiar is a place you have been very often. A place you have carefully studied, or a place you can see when you cast a spell is seen casually. A place is some... Or wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a place
you
you can see... Okay, when you cast the spell. Okay, that was my bad. Because I was putting it under... is someplace you have seen or viewed once, which you aren't very familiar. Okay. Yeah, actually, I will move you then on very familiar then. And on very familiar, you are going to land on target. You are going to land inside of... Well, not inside of the stables. You're going to land in the 10-foot circle around the stables. And let's see, I'm pretty sure I have Kalu archived. I never thought I'd have the day to use this city.
Here I go. I end up back where I started, back in Ardor.
Alright.
Whoa. Where are we?
Is that all I have
This
to
is cool.
do? Alright, you are going to teleport across the world, across Cedal. You are pulled into the ethereal plane and land outside of the stables that you saw. Let's get more appropriate music, and let's drop that. And there we go. And let's see, we'll do a weather die for this area because nobody has been to Kalu in the ever. Normal and normal for this type of year and windier. Okay, so it is extremely windy. It is a very cool but pleasant, or rather, very cool spring day here in Ardor. Or Ardor Sarai. You are on some sort of cobbled street. You can see the stable behind you, and in the distance, you see the stone hold. You see the stone hold rising above the city. Presumably, that was what Dila was in when you scryed on her. Moving down the road. You are going to see the cloak that Dila was wearing. Her hood is pulled up.
How far away is she from us?
At this point, oh wait, no, she's very far. You guys spent several minutes studying the location. She's a couple hundred feet from you. She's going to turn a corner and,
I'm going to grab onto Siegfried's arm and dimension door behind her.
Alright. Oh, that is a very quick way to...
Get into a fight.
Alright, you dimension door, behind her. Yeah, Dila is going to begin casting a spell.
And she's going to hear in her mind, Dila, it's me.
What? Huh?
Admin.
Oof. What?
Bonvi is going to go ahead and have, how many people can Luna carry?
Luna can carry, I would say 3 at max.
I mean, I think I only got to carry Dralos because,
Well, Dralos and Nyan.
Yeah.
Nyan have her broom, right?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, Nyan has her broom. Yeah, Dila's gone. She disappears. And she can't respond to your message.
I don't think she wants to be found. Abner.
Well,
I use my broom to head that way.
Yeah, and Von V's going to either Draylus, hop on. If he doesn't respond quickly, she'll
think
tell
he's
Luna. If he doesn't hop on, Von V might have Luna grab Draylus and carry him.
all right.
Armor.
After a, do you guys go looking for Admir and
Yeah.
Admir and Siegfried?
Yeah.
Yeah. After do Admir and Siegfried stay put?
So she teleported away.
Yes. So the events that happen, you grabbed Siegfried. You dimension door behind her. She began casting an exceedingly quick incantation. And you said, "It's me." She was already in the process of her incantation. It went off, and she was no longer there.
Who was that?
That was the headmistress.
I think you spooked her.
Probably.
Damn it.
I only can do that once a day.
After like several seconds or just moments out on the street, you're going to see a door open, and stepping from inside of it, you see Dila, and she's going to have her hand on her chest and say, "I almost blasted you off of this pavement."
It's a good thing you didn't, though.
It wouldn't be the first time you've tried blowing me up, Dila.
Hi, I'm Nyan.
She is going to look at you and say, "You're that kid, or you're that child that Lyra rescued all those years ago."
Yeah.
She's going to nod and say, "I really wish you would have come and study at the university."
I think it's been 22 years now.
What?
And she's going to nod and say, "Who's keeping track?"
What?
Who knows?
Just confused, Siegfried.
You couldn't tell she was lying about her age, Siegfried?
No, but 22.
Yeah, you guys know my secret. I'm actually 30 years old.
You think Lyra would be chatting it up with a child to that extent?
I don't know her like you guys.
Anyways,
I have a whole story, but we could talk about that later when we're traveling.
you left us behind, Dila. I thought we agreed that we were coming to help you.
She is going to shake her head and said, "You insisted on coming. We agreed upon nothing."
Isn't that usually how our agreements work nowadays? You tell us no and we do it anyway?
She is going to nod and say, "And I'm not responsible for your death. Although I would hope to avoid it." She puts her hood back up and says, "Olivia came through this town with that boy."
Do you know where she is now?
Headed east to Eastwind. I've arranged to have the Lord there be persuaded in our favor, but the money might not arrive before she does.
Well, I think you could use her help then.
Agreed. After all, I did ask you that. Did tell you that I want to help out with this matter as much as I can, even if it means risk my own life, Dila.
She's going to nod and say, I've put Olivia into the grave before, and I can do it again. This time she won't have as much aid supporting her.
And you will.
And she's going to nod and say, I'm very close on her trail. She's traveling by horseback. But as soon as my spells come back, I can move to the next city.
You're not going to leave us behind this time, are you?
If you can keep up, you can keep up. If you can't, there are things that need to be done.
Do you know anywhere we can do a little sparring? They doubt my skill. I won't prove them wrong.
More specifically, I don't doubt anyone's skill. I just would like to see what you're capable of.
Tomato, tomato.
Not the
Asking Dila that, she's going to gesture and say, "This is harder. Pick a corner."
Okay.
Maybe take it outside of the city.
For sure. I don't want to ruin this amazing architecture. So I started heading to a place that seems pretty open.
All right. As you guys are going to find some place to spar, Dila is going to say, "I'm not resting for the night. I'm going to head eastward and scout the roads. On horseback, she can be in Eastwind as soon as a day and a half of travel."
Do you know of a teleportation circle in Eastwind?
She's going to shake her head and say, "The Ardorian government doesn't move troops around like that. They have a navy in the north that handles most of the deployments to Eastwind."
These savages.
Well, considering on how their culture is built, it is better for them to move things based off of land than through magic. Miss certain sites, I think, is what they believe in.
Well, then we should get moving then.
It's not a perception check, it's an investigation check.
All right. So outside of the town, you guys are going to find a hillside, and good lord, and Drelos and Nyan are going to begin sparring, I believe.
Yeah, I'm doing this hallucinatory terrain.
Okay.
I tell everyone, close your eyes. This might get a little bright.
Before that, roll me initiative, both of you. And
This is a 10-minute casting time, so I would do it before the fight.
oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. Is it... Who are you sparring with again?
I don't even remember.
Drelos, I think, or you? I don't know.
Vonvi suggested her, but Drelos was the one that was in, like, just as a test of, like, what if it's going to be testing the conjurations, but I think Drelos was insistent on testing her himself. I don't know.
Well, anyways, I'm casting illusionary terrain.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it look like
Here's the question here. Would you rather practice against a magic caster, or would you rather practice against the one who asked for your
Both.
back to back or simultaneously?
Simultaneously.
Okay. Is that a concentration spell?
Nope. This one does not.
It is a 10-minute casting time, so
Yeah.
here's the problem with that. Vonvi, while you are 5 minutes into casting that, she will state if you are in combat, you don't have much time to prepare, and snap her fingers, and cast. Well, you're stuck dancing. There is no save against this.
Alright.
As an action, a dancing creature makes a wisdom saving throw.
After the cast, it is you are stuck for at least one turn dancing.
So, you guys are going to find a hillside, and you are going to start sparring on it. As Nyan begins casting hallucinatory terrain, Vanvi is going to take place, and halfway through the casting, cast Otto's Irresistible Dance. And the whole time this is happening, by the way, Dila has not stopped. She is heading on the cobbled road out of the city towards a hamlet in the distance. And yes, okay. Yeah, so the first round, Vanvi is going to cast that spell. Both of you roll me initiative.
Okay, and I'm guessing because she said both, Dralos is gonna have to roll it as well. Oh yeah, you mute.
Brandon,
Yes.
I would like to know, could I spend some time meditating to replace a spell in my spell slot?
As a paladin, you do it at the
Yeah.
end of a long rest, so
Okay.
it would be 8 hours is what it would take.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have made emergency rulings for people. And
I misread that. Like, I read that as like you could do it if you just meditate, but I didn't see that it was like you have to do it at the end of a long rest.
well, I do have a rule in the campaign where you can shed all of your prepared spells and spend time meditating to learn one of just like, I just really need this, and everything else would be unprepared, and you'd spend the minutes needed for that one spell.
That's okay. This isn't really that much of an emergency. I was just trying to get a fine steed to get a horse, go with Dila, but we'll wait till the next day.
Alright. Okay, so initiative. Dralos has won initiative. Nyan is dancing. Well, actually, this is how we are going to do this. Vanvi is initiating combat with the spell while Nyan is getting ready. Nyan, you are going to notice Vanvi starts casting a spell in the middle of your hallucinatory terrain. It has a 6-second cast time, and you are aware. What do you want to do? You are not dancing yet.
I'm not dancing?
No, you are not dancing. We're doing this in initiative order.
Okay, so she's starting to cast a spell, and I noticed it, right?
Yes.
It is only a verbal component, so
Okay, then I will
Dralos goes
interrupt.
first.
I will interrupt the cast and cast a different spell instead. I count that as using a spell though.
Yeah. That spell fizzles. The one that you're on, and what are you casting?
Moonbeam at 7th level.
Alrighty. She takes damage at the start of her turn if she is still in it, or you still have control, or still have
Wait. Okay.
if you still have concentration. It is Dralos' turn. The spellcasters have started slinging spells at each other.
Wait. Whoa. Yeah. You would be stuck dancing though. Which actually.
Nyan was aware of your presence. I'm not counting it as a surprise round.
That is fair. Yeah, it's a bit weird that. Okay, yeah, because it's 6 seconds middle of casting. Okay.
It is Dralos' turn. Dralos, what are you doing? You see a ray of light over Vanvi, coming from Nyan's spell. If you are talking, I cannot hear you.
And did Vanvi get that spell off and making Nyan dance? Because Dralos does go before not Nyan, but Nyan goes.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I messed up that initiative. So before Nyan casts a spell, it's Dralos' turn. So we'll come back to...
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you. So that's Nyan's action.
I can hear you.
What is Dralos doing?
Happening. Dralos is going to have advantage, yeah, correct?
I have alert feet.
Alright.
Yeah.
I want to do my two-handed fighting and do two attack, like one attack left hand, right hand.
Okay.
It's non-bludgeoning, like non-lethal, I should say.
Alright, go for it. Yeah, both of those are going to touch the AC. You can roll damage. You do not have sneak attack? I don't believe.
It's linked with the button. I'm sorry. Like,
that's fine. Let me look real quick at your sheet, because you have a specific feature called Assassinate. Starting at 3rd level, you're at your deadliest. When you get the drop, you do have advantage. You do get sneak attack. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. Yeah, that is going to be 46 points of damage at and then roll me damage for the second dagger. There's no sneak attack on this one. And this is the one without the fire. Okay, so I rolled it with the first one. The +2 one was the one without the fire. So
what's the total damage?
It's 8.
No, I'm talking about everything combined.
Oh, everything combined is going to be 54. Alright, then it is Nyan's turn. Nyan casts Moonbeam. It is Vanvi's turn. Vanvi casts the Autolute's Irresistible Dance. But at the start of your turn, take damage from Moonbeam. Roll me a... Well, no, I don't think Moonbeam has a save against it.
Nope.
It is a save only if you are shapeshift, but let me see, what's the how much damage do I take from Moonbeam?
14 plus 38 is going to be 52.
52? Wait, 40. Wait, 30. Why does it?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. 42. Wait, no, that's correct. Yeah, it's 52 damage.
That's
52.
a higher level spell. That's why, Wolf.
Okay, so 52 damage.
Yes. All right. It is top of the round. It is Dralos' turn.
Oh well, I got out of the Moonbeam and cast the Irresistible Dance. So she is right now stuck dancing.
And give me a concentration save for Nyan for maintaining concentration on the Moonbeam.
And that's a wisdom save?
It is a constitution save.
Constitution save.
Yes.
I have advantage on it, though.
Yes, you have Warcaster. And the damage you're trying to beat was Draelos. Or wait, no, it wasn't. You didn't need to beat any damage. The spell. I'm sorry, that was my bad.
Although,
That was just against the moonbeam.
Yeah. All right. So now it is Draelos' turn.
Yeah.
Can I see how Nyan looks? Like, has it had any effect?
Nyan is almost, or Nyan's hurt, but Nyan's should be still good for the fight.
Here's the problem. Nyan should be still dancing, correct? Because I cast it after I got out of the moonbeam.
Yes.
Draelos, you have advantage on all attacks against Nyan while she is dancing. Because of irresistible dance.
This is automatically way too far. We just want to spar with this person and we're about to kill them? Alright, non-lethal, two-hand.
Also, you made Von V very bloodied from that moonbeam.
Alright. That is going to be a critical hit. Roll damage. I'm not adding that up. You rolled so it's 8 damage on the second one, and then the first one is 12 plus 27 is going to be 39, plus 29 is going to be 68, plus 5 is going to be 70. Nyan goes unconscious. The moonbeam fades.
And 4 beasts are summoned.
Oh, yeah. The Circle of the Shepherd beast. Alright.
What?
Yeah, she's a Circle of the Shepherd druid. So 4 beasts are summoned there. Oh boy.
Alright, this has gotten a little out of hand.
Yeah, no, that's...
I did not I did not mean to just all of a sudden land every punch like I'm Mike Tyson. Like, it got out of hand. I am stepping away.
Alright. The beasts that come, there's going to be a giant constrictor snake, a giant boar, and a giant elk, and well, nope, not an elephant. We'll go with a large tiger, because I'll just make a new CR creature. Oh wait, you guys are on a hill. More giant elks.
boy.
They are going to come after you guys.
Can Von V just...
They roll initiative on their turn.
Yeah. That's fair.
Alright, so they are acting in initiative. What is Von V doing?
Von V is going to just go ahead and cast... you know what? She's going to cast Cure Wounds on Nomi. Oh. I gotta get used to your name. Nyan. She's gonna cast Cure Wounds on Nyan.
Alright, I am going to rule that these things see you as an enemy. You are able to do so, but I need to see how close they were summoned towards her 9th level, within 20 feet of you. So I will roll you a percentage die of if any of them get a attack of opportunity at you.
Oh, wait. Is incapacitated? The dancing considered incapacitated?
It would say in the condition of the spell. You can see the target becomes creature must use all its movement, dance without space while target's affected. No, it is not. You're not incapacitated. It would say you're affected by the condition. All right. The giant constrictor snake is going to make an attack, and the giant elk is going to make an attack at Von B. I will message you the damage later, but as you approach, the Fey spirits attack you. You are able to cast Cure Wounds. You can roll the dice.
Okay. Von B is
Animal handling.
Von B is going to cast it at a 4th level spell slot.
For my own sake, I'm actually just going to do them all as the giant boars.
Aww. I wanted you to constrict one of them and get advantage.
There we go. I rolled 3, but I'm only using the first 2. Alright, Von V takes 30 points of slashing damage from boar spirits.
Am I allowed to get the healing off before they get to do damage?
No, you trigger their attacks as you leave their reach to get to her.
Then I don't even get a chance to heal her.
Mm-hmm.
You realize? Okay, so you
For
realize
the record, I did do handle animal right before.
No, you use your action attacking. Alright, the giant boars are going to look towards, Dralos.
You're gonna OTK us, Dralos. and this is gonna cause 2 of the party members to go down just because.
No, I literally do not want to cause harm. I am trying to settle this. Like, I thought this was going to be a little play date.
Yeah, no.
Does 20 touch Dralos' AC?
17.
Alright, you take 14 points of slashing damage from being gored by a spiritual boar. It is your turn. 2 of them attacked you. 2 more are moving later in the initiative.
I wanna resolve this without violence. I love puppies.
You can roll a handle animal check to surrender.
Game on.
Alright. 2 more boars charge at you, and they are going to stop at your face. As you, put up your daggers and, do the Chris Pratt raptor walk. And they've rolled a nat 20 and an 18 before anything. I was just seeing what they would have rolled. Alright, the boars guard Nyan's unconscious body. Nyan becomes conscious and will regain 1 HP and become conscious in 2 hours.
And here's the funny thing: I don't think those animals were doing non-lethal damage to me, so I have to probably make a death saving throw right now.
Von V, give me a death saving throw.
Yeah.
I love this.
Alright, you have 1 success. What's Stralos want to do? You can stabilize Von V because they don't recognize you as an enemy anymore.
I do not.
Oh, you don't stabilize me.
I want to stabilize you. There we go.
Okay.
Roll me a medicine check. You're trying to beat DC 10. Alright, you're able to stabilize Von V. Von V will regain 1 HP and become conscious in 3 hours. Alright, Dralos is sitting on a hillside with a passed out kid and a knocked out a little Nagian professor.
That was a fast
Anyway, I'm gonna pet one of the puppies. and throw the kid over my shoulder, and we're gonna follow after Dila.
Bombi's griffin is still there.
Yep, it's not a concentration spell.
You can feasibly put Bombi on it.
Alright, there we go.
Alright. Luna is going to nuzzle Bombi, allow you to put her on her back, and you can lead Luna. Alright.
So what about Nyan?
He has Nyan on his shoulder. I don't know how I just knocked out half the party and I didn't plan combat for tonight, but I will take it. I will take it. I will take it.
And it wasn't my fault. I thought it was just gonna be like, hey, high five. Like, no, I just
this is magic.
on you.
This is magic.
I see
No high
that.
five.
I was actually going to do light spells, but you stopped my hallucinatory train.
Yo,
So,
I stopped hallucinatory terrain. There is a reason why she stopped it, which she can't explain herself because she's knocked out.
I'm knocked out too.
I did not mean to escalate that.
By the way,
anyway,
the boars are following you guys.
Alright.
I'm cool with them.
No,
Awesome.
don't forget her broom.
The broom will come by itself.
Alright, so there is a hamlet on the horizon. Kalu is a major hold in this area, and there are lots of little farming villages and hamlets around it that the locals look to the lord of the provincial lord of the region to protect them. That said, I don't have much set in stone, and I really would like to for this next little area. So, are you guys comfortable with stopping here for the night?
That's fine.
Yeah.
If you need more time, yeah.
Alright, and we will pick up here on your next session, which will be on the, let's see, 12th of October. Alright, experience for tonight. You added a new party member to the group. Lyra has told you guys on multiple occasions that she has the Sky Queen in the palm of her hand. And the Sky Queen has did something that Lyra does not like, and it does not seem to be the case that Lyra can control the Sky Queen anymore. That is story information, and
forget that.
yes. And then you guys also track Dilo and Rona heading after Olivia. I've got 3 ticks of major experience for tonight. Anything else significant happen?
I did negotiate
I don't know if it
an
counts,
additional 100, like an extra 150.
Oh, minor experience for Matir. For putting...
That'll link to tears, like Bill and all that, giving them money.
Alright, 5,250 experience for tonight.
5,250.
Yes. And we will pick up here next session. Everybody who watched, thank you for watching, and we are going to end there.
What's the basic speed for level 14?
I think it's on like page 16 of the player's handbook. I can look for in a second.
5,400.